Good Saturday morning to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Well, we have a area of low pressure. It's vertically stacked, surface low, with an upper level low over the top at 500 millibars. A surface low has now developed off the Carolina coast, and this is going to be the primary one to watch. The forecast or projection is to cut it inland here, but also developing it in such a fashion and strengthening it that a very strong low-level jet, greater than 50 knots, 55, 60 knots potentially, will then sweep northward and eventually kind of wrap from south to north interact with the spine of the Green Mountains and along our local western slopes, potentially cause wind gusts 35 to 45 miles per hour, and that is 45 miles per hour with fully tree canopies. We could see maybe some tree limb damage along the western slopes of the Green Mountains. This particular area, of course, is where we normally get our downsloping winds, and so growth there may be stunted and not a whole lot may go on, but I suspect that there could be some isolated impacts for utilities. Right now, it's a little bit too early to say. It's going to be dependent on the strength of this area of low pressure. So this is our surface area of low pressure. These are higher dew point temperatures, and this is our secondary low just now developing off Cape Hatteras. And you can see some pretty good winds starting to track, and it's these easterly winds as this area of low pressure tracks and then heads northward. Looking at a little bit closer case of it here, this is our surface low over the lower Great Lakes, upper Midwest, almost into the Ohio River Valley, and we have that secondary low that's now developed. It's producing a big swath of precipitation, and this is shifting northward up the coast. This is the lead system that'll bring us at least the possibility of rain for many days to come. Looking at the latest European model, this is how things are going to shape up here. So this is valid at 2 o'clock on Saturday today. And you can see that blob of moisture working up the coast. Cuts inland, mostly New Jersey, Long Island, and southern parts of New England, but shifting a little bit further to the west as the area of low pressure tracks more. It kind of curls to the left. We'll see that swath of precipitation and also some strong gusty winds. Again, low-level jet is interacting with this precipitation, so it kind of works northward. And then eventually what we see is the precipitation kind of wind on down pretty quickly tomorrow afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, and it's mostly confined to kind of two different segments, eastern parts of New England toward the coast, and then everything shifts off to the west. So once that moves on through, this will set up basically Monday with showers and potential thunderstorms in that band there, although it's sporadic, and most of the heavy activity appears to be a little bit more New York centered rather than New England. You can see that here as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it starts to come back at us. And that means showers and thunderstorms and probably some fairly robust heavy storms potentially here in our neck of the woods here. And you're looking at wind gusts here coming up the coast, and keep your eyes off of New Jersey as these winds begin to increase. This is the HRRR model. And it's those yellows and reds that we're most concerned with here. This is 9 o'clock tonight. This would be 10. Jump to 11. And eventually these winds do weaken and they interact with the terrain, and this is our beginning of our downsloping. This is 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.